Yeah, yeah. I think that hoodie you're wearing was getting in the way of your mouth or something. I tell you what, it's a much better picture.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you look entirely different.
I know.
You've invested in some lights in
I
your
have.
place, obviously.
I have, yeah. I have. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, not so bad. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. Good to see you anyway. Good to see you.
You
Good,
too.
good to see you, cuz.
And
Yeah.
you, bruv. And I thought Scott last week, Scott Kyle, was
Yeah.
excellent, wasn't he?
It was, wasn't it? It was brilliant. I really love his
Yeah.
energy. He's got a good energy, Scott. Yeah.
Yes, he has.
Anyway,
And it made life good. Go
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
welcome to the Alien Spaceship with my bruv, Trevor Gear.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
my cuz, M. Hikins.
yeah. Oh, bro. I've got a few things that hang on, let me just put this on. I've got a few things that I had jotted down.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so quite interesting. Quite interesting. Let me just look at one of them. So I put it down as topic for Wednesday. It's quite a few. Right. So this is right up your street, Trevor. Boeing
I hope so.
747, the airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's having a reputational battering. That's how they put it. It's had a I don't know if you've seen the news lately. There's one of the I think there's one of the I think it's had one of the I think it's one of the wrappings on the airplane come off mid-air. It came loose, mate. Did
All
you see
right.
that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't know it was a 747 specifically, but I knew it was a Boeing. So obviously it was in the event a 747, and it just sort of came off gradually, didn't it? And I think it hits a bit of the tailplane, something like that.
Yeah, now that you've said it, I don't think it's a 747, but I know it's a Boeing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a 747, but I know it's a Boeing. Yeah. I think we said we're going to talk about this missing airline, the
Yeah,
Malaysian one. Or did we talk about it already? I can't
I
remember.
think we did.
Yeah.
Um, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think we touched on it, and I think that we left it that, and it's been in the news recently that there's a guy whose name I forget, but he's followed this ever since it crashed, really, or certainly within a few weeks of it crashing in 2014, wasn't it? So it's 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and he's actually been prodigious in going around the world and trying to find bits of the plane, which he has actually been successful. I mean, he found a bit of the wing, one of the flaps, I think in not Mauritius. It was actually off of Reunion Island, I think, in the same neck of the woods, Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
And he's found lots of stuff, but somehow the search it was extensive for a few years, and I think the Malaysian government now seem to want not to do another search. But I think this guy is pressing them. He says, I've worked things out with computer modeling and all sorts of things like that. And basically, their response has been, "Yeah, we're going to think about doing resuming a search in June." Now, I think we might have said before, you and I, why on earth would they hesitate if someone is actually coming up with basically incredibly detailed information so that he knows, he says he knows pretty much where the bulk of the plane and sadly the bodies, if there's any bodies left, of course, would be. You think they would want to do that for the benefit of the families, wouldn't you?
That's a really good question, actually. Yeah. Why would they hesitate? Yeah, you've got me thinking now. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of cover-ups in the world today, and there's quite a lot of there's
Mm,
quite a lot of things that they classify, don't they? I think that's the word that they use, classified. So they
yeah, yeah,
say, well, this is classified. You don't need to know about this sort of thing. And I think it's getting more ridiculous now because whether they classify you for a good reason or not, people would always make speculations, wouldn't they? I wonder
yeah,
why.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
wonder why they've done that. I wonder why they didn't done this, and that leaves a kind of room for exploitation, if you know what I mean.
mm,
So, the people that are going to come up with their own theories and say, well, and use it to exploit that avenue
yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
it is. And there's something quite interesting, Trevor. I don't know if you've heard it. They no longer call this phenomenon. They no longer call it UFOs now, do they? It's no longer called
No,
UFO.
no, it's not. They're called UAPs.
Yeah, that's
Did
it.
you know
Yeah,
that? Yeah, and that's unidentified aerial phenomena,
that's
which
that's
is
it.
basically the same thing, isn't it? Yes, I suppose the difference is UFO means an unidentified object that's sort of up there flying around,
Yeah.
whereas unidentified aerial phenomena could be the sun's rays going, through the wet or who knows, it could be anything, an object or something else. So maybe it's just giving a wider definition to that.
Yeah. Everything's changing nowadays, ain't it? Because we no longer have two genders, and now we don't have UFOs. I don't know what I don't know what will be next.
Well, the gender debate is weird, isn't it, really?
I know, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to go into that anyway.
No. It's a minefield, I
It
think.
is, isn't it? It's no longer a gray area, it's a minefield, like you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have a cutoff time, Trevor? Because most people seem to have a cutoff time. So for instance, some people would say, well, you can't ring somebody after 9 p.m. You can't ring somebody after 10 p.m. And I seem to get text messages as late as 1 a.m. And I do.
Yeah, let me apologise for keep doing that to you, Em. I shouldn't be doing that, should I?
I seem to get,
So who's texting you at 1 o'clock in the morning then?
well,
Come on, tell me.
I'm gonna actually mention his name. He's my mate called Andrew. And
Yeah.
it'll just message me. He'll say, and sometimes he'll message you, and I'm looking at the message and I'm thinking, right, surely he's not going to reply to this. He's not going to reply to this because it's about like 1 a.m. and he's not going to reply to this. And you can just see that thing on WhatsApp going typing, and you think he's going to reply at 1 a.m.
You can't sleep, perhaps. It's funny you say that because a couple of weeks ago, I realised I hadn't replied to a WhatsApp
Yeah,
to my cousin, actually, my cousin Pete, previous buddy musician, and for many years, both of us. And he'd sent me a thing earlier in the day, and I completely forgot to reply to it. And so I was actually in my bedroom just getting ready for bed, and I thought I'd better reply to that. Um, I knew the light needed to go out for other reasons, but I thought I'll just do this. And then, of course, I forgot to silence my phone. I mean, this was about 11:30, and about 1 o'clock, he actually replied. So it's exactly what you said. And I wasn't popular for the fact that the phone went off, as you can imagine. But yeah, so people, maybe they can't sleep. People have a job going to sleep and they think, well, I may as well just stay up or get up. And I mean, I sometimes think, when I've got a lot on my plate,
yeah,
things, my own targets, but also things I have to do. I think I voiced the point the other day. I said, I really wish I could have 1 or 2 nights where I didn't need to go to bed because I can catch up on everything I want to do. Very often that involves continuing writing a song and stuff. Um, but not always. It's just you get things build up, whether it's paperwork or other things, and yeah, I end up going to bed and my mind is spinning and not going to sleep, for an hour or two. So I do understand why maybe people are texting people if they think they're up. And of course, when you and I met